Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on a crocheted scrunchie. And yeah, what I'm going to be using is some leftover sock weight yarn. It is actually sock yarn, and it has a lot of stretch to it. And I will be using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need a pair of scissors and a darning needle to sew in the ends. Now, for my purpose, I am using 2 hair ties, and the reason I do that is just in case one happens to break, there is a backup. Especially after you put the time and effort into making the scrunchie, you would hate for it to break and it not be of use anymore. Also, structure, stability, that type of thing. Now, for my hair ties, I use solid rings here. They are like nylon pantyhose almost, just cut into rings. And there are no clasp. It's not hot glued together or anything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Move some stuff out of the way here. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is crochet a chain of 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 20. Once you have your chain of 20, we're going to pick up our 2 hair ties and pull that chain through the hair ties, like such. And then we're going to slip stitch this chain together. And if you want to crochet around the chain, that is fine. That is completely up to you. You don't have to worry about making sure that it isn't twisted. If you do that, it's not going to hurt in the long run if you do. If you want to create your next round into each of the chains, that's perfectly okay too. For the purpose of this tutorial, I will be crocheting around the chain. So now that I'm slip stitched to the chain, I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So that way I am actually around that chain. Now I'm going to chain 1 and half double crochet around the chain like that. And then you can place a stitch marker in your very first stitch if you so choose. Now we're going to place 19 more half double crochets around the chain. So just work your way around by placing 19 more. You will have a total of 20 half double crochets when you are done and slip stitch to the beginning stitch. So you just turn it as you go around your hair ties. And when you get to the end, you will have to adjust your stitches and spread them out a little bit. So here we go. We're just going around and around the hair tie until we have 20 half double crochets. And once you have your 20 half double crochets, you're going to, let me pull up a little loop here so we don't lose our stitch, our place. And you're just going to stretch these out just a little bit around the chain if you chose to work around the chain. If you were working into each of the chain stitches, you won't have this issue. You will actually end right at the beginning. So I'm just going to make sure that it's not twisted at this point. And we're good. Now we're going to slip stitch to that very first half double crochet. Like that. Now you're going to chain 1 and half double crochet back into that same stitch. And we're going to place 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around. So again, you will have 20 half double crochets. Okay, once you've reached the end, you're going to slip stitch to that very first half double crochet and chain 1, half double crochet back into the same stitch. Now chain 1, skip 1, and half double crochet into the next. That is your repeat all the way around. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet into the next. Okay, so we come to the end. You're going to chain 1, skip 1, and slip stitch to the very first half double crochet that you made. Now you're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 space and begin our repeat round. Every time you end a round, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 1 space. That is where you will begin the next round. Chain 1, half double crochet back into that same stitch, chain 1, skip over to the next chain 1 space and half double crochet into it. So we're working into the chain 1 spaces at this point. Chain 1, skip to your next chain 1 space and half double crochet into it. Chain 1, skip to the next half double crochet, skip to the next chain 1 space and half double crochet into it. That is how you're going to work every round for as many rounds as it takes to get all the way around your rubber bands or your hair ties at its full stretch. So if you stretched it all the way out, you should completely cover all of the hair tie. So go ahead and continue working that repeat round. Slip stitch to the chain 1 space, chain 1, half double crochet, chain 1, skip over to the next chain 1, half double crochet. Chain 1, skip over to the next chain 1 space, half double crochet, chain 1, skip to the next chain 1 space, half double crochet. Continue that repeat, like I said, until you have filled all of the hair tie fabric space. When it is fully stretched out, and at that time I will meet back up with you and we will finish this together. Okay, so once you have your fabric crocheted as big as you would like, which, as I said, I like to cover the entire hair tie with it fully stretched out. Once you've done that, you're going to cut away from your ball of yarn and leave a long enough tail that you can sew the 2 ends together. And that's what we're going to do now. So real simple finish for this. Here we go. All right, so basically what you're going to want to do is make sure your fabric is straight and not twisted, which should be somewhere, you should stop somewhere at the end of the round being the same area as where we started. Now, if you remember, I crocheted over some of that. So all you're going to do now is we're going to go around, going through the stitch on this side and on that side. If you worked half double crochets around the chain and instead of in the chain stitch, then you're just going to catch that chain when you go to the opposite side, and go in between the stitches is fine. So just catch a stitch on the one side and go to the opposite side. And then just continue to work your way around until you have completely made it all the way around. Once you're all the way around, you're going to sew in your ends, and that will be the end of your crocheted scrunchie. I'll meet up with you when I finish mine. Okay, so I've already sewn all the way around, wove in my end, brought it out down here onto the fabric. I just wove it down into the fabric once I had it secure, and then I'll stretch it out, and now that tail has disappeared within the fabric. And then you just want to kind of stretch it out a little bit and work that seam so that way it's not standing out real in your face like. And here you have it. That is the crocheted scrunchie for here on this channel. If you would like to see me do more different styles of scrunchie patterns, let me know down in the comments section. Now I have a list. This is the third type of scrunchie video that I have made. I've done a knitted and a Tunisian crocheted as well. So that is in a playlist of scrunchies. So if you want to see some more scrunchies, different types of patterns, just let me know and I will work on those. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now.